Brazil. The very name conjures images of samba, sunshine, and footballing artistry. For decades, this nation has been the undisputed factory of footballing genius, producing players with a flair, creativity, and technical ability unmatched anywhere else on the planet. From Pelé to Ronaldo Nazário, the Selecao has given us legends who transcended the sport. But for every Pelé or Ronaldo, there are countless others, equally gifted, equally captivating, who, for one reason or another, never quite reached that mythical GOAT level. They dazzled us, won major trophies, and etched their names in history, but that ultimate, sustained dominance, that undeniable claim to being the absolute best, eluded them. Today, we're diving deep into the careers of some of Brazil's most brilliant, yet ultimately ungoated talents. We'll explore their meteoric rises, their breathtaking primes, their often baffling downfalls, and try to understand why the path to GOAT status for so many Brazilian stars seems to be a road less traveled. Let's start with two maestros who lit up the late 90s and early 2000s, Rivaldo and Ronaldinho. Rivaldo was a force of nature. His prime, particularly from the late 90s into the early 2000s, saw him as one of the world's most complete attacking midfielders. A powerful left foot, incredible vision, and a knack for scoring crucial goals, exemplified by his 1999 Ballon d'Or win and his pivotal role in Brazil's 2002 World Cup triumph. His bicycle kick against Valencia, his free kicks, his ability to win games almost single-handedly. He had it all. However, after leaving Barcelona in 2002, his career took a noticeable dip. A short, uninspired spell at AC Milan, where he even won the Ballon d'Or, Golden Trash Can, for worst player, marked the beginning of his decline. While he continued to play for many years, his peak was relatively short-lived at the very top level. Why didn't he reach GOAT status? Perhaps a combination of lingering knee issues from childhood malnutrition, a less-than-ideal transition after his peak Barcelona years, and a certain lack of consistent dedication to maintain that absolute elite level for over a decade, which is crucial for GOAT contention. He was brilliant, but not consistently brilliant at the very pinnacle for long enough. The next player is no other than Cristiano Ronaldo. Just kidding. The next player is Ronaldinho. The smile, the flair, the sheer joy he brought to the game was infectious. From 2003 to 2006, he was arguably the best player on the planet. His prime at Barcelona was footballing poetry. Impossible dribbles, no-look passes, audacious goals, and back-to-back FIFA World Player of the Year awards. He redefined what was possible with a football, making defenders look utterly foolish with a grin. His downfall, however, was as dramatic as his rise. After winning the Champions League in 2006, his performances gradually declined. Rumors of his love for the Parisian nightlife, a decrease in dedication to training, and a perceived lack of focus on football saw him depart Barcelona for AC Milan in 2008. While he had flashes of brilliance at Milan and later back in Brazil, the magic of his Barcelona peak was rarely sustained. Why didn't Ronaldinho reach GOAT level? His decline was largely attributed to a loss of discipline and focus. He loved the game, but perhaps he loved the lifestyle surrounding it even more. Unlike Messi or Ronaldo, who maintained an almost obsessive dedication to their craft, Ronaldinho seemed to prioritize enjoyment and spectacle over the relentless pursuit of perfection that defines a GOAT. His peak was arguably higher in sheer entertainment value than almost anyone, but it wasn't sustained for the prolonged period required to be considered the absolute greatest. Now let's talk about the What If Brigade. Players who showed immense promise, even world-class ability at times, but whose careers were derailed by a myriad of factors. Douglas Costa. Remember his explosive pace, mesmerizing dribbling, and powerful left foot at Shakhtar Donetsk and Bayern Munich? He was a winger who could genuinely change a game. His prime under Pep Guardiola at Bayern was electrifying. Injuries, particularly persistent muscle problems, consistently hampered his ability to maintain rhythm and consistency. His move to Juventus saw glimpses of his talent, But the injury struggles continued, and he never became the consistent starter and game changer he threatened to be. He just couldn't stay fit enough to truly establish himself at the absolute elite level for a sustained period. The next is Paulo Henrique Ganso. Ganso, the elegant, orchestrating midfielder, once touted as the next big thing alongside Neymar at Santos. His vision, passing range, and ability to dictate play were undeniable. Many saw him as a classic Brazilian number 10. Ganso's career was a heartbreaking tale of potential unfulfilled, primarily due to recurring knee injuries early in his career. These physical setbacks robbed him of the agility and pace needed for the modern, high-intensity European game. While he possessed incredible technical skill, his lack of dynamism and increasing slowness, exacerbated by injuries, meant he struggled to adapt to the faster tempo of top-tier football in Europe. He played the game in slow motion, both with and without the ball, which simply isn't conducive to GOAT status in today's football. Now, if you've made far to the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more football facts. Robinho is the next player on our list. The new Pelé tag weighed heavily on his shoulders. His early career at Santos and then Real Madrid showcased dazzling dribbling skills and a swagger that few possessed. He had moments of brilliance, especially his debut at Real Madrid. Robinho's career was marked by inconsistency, a questionable work ethic, and a tendency to flatter to deceive. He moved to Manchester City for a then-record fee, but never consistently delivered on his immense talent. Later stints at AC Milan and back in Brazil showed flashes, but his peak was fleeting, and he never developed the tactical discipline or sustained hunger to dominate. Off-field controversies also played a role in overshadowing his on-field potential. The next is Alexander Pato, a true wonder kid at AC Milan, winning the Golden Boy Award in 2009. His explosive pace, clinical finishing, and intelligent movement made him look destined for the very top. He scored on his debut against Napoli, a sign of what was to come. Like Douglas Costa and Ganso, Pato's career was tragically curtailed by a relentless string of injuries, particularly thigh problems. He suffered multiple muscle injuries that chipped away at his incredible pace and athleticism. The mental toll of these constant setbacks, coupled with a reported focus on the future rather than the present, meant he never truly sustained the form he showed in his early Milan years. He fell victim to his own body, losing the very attributes that made him so special at such a young age. Now, the next player could have become the greatest of all time. Can you guess the player? He none other than Adriano, l'Imperatore, the Emperor. In his prime at Inter Milan, Adriano was an unstoppable force. A left foot like a cannon, incredible physical strength, pace, and aerial ability. He was a complete striker, and many believed he had the potential to be truly legendary. Javier Zanetti famously said, "Adri, you're a mix of Ronaldo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Are you aware you could become the best player ever?" Adriano's heartbreaking downfall was largely attributed to personal tragedy. The death of his father in 2004 deeply affected him, leading to depression and alcoholism. Despite the support of his club and teammates, he struggled with motivation and discipline, leading to a dramatic decline in his performances. His immense talent was undeniable, but the psychological burden he carried made it impossible for him to sustain the rigorous demands of elite football. His was a talent extinguished by personal demons, a truly tragic story in football. Let's turn our attention to the last Brazilian to win the Ballon d'Or before the Messi Ronaldo duopoly. Kaká, in his prime at AC Milan, was a phenomenon. His elegant, direct running with the ball, his intelligent playmaking, and his knack for scoring crucial goals made him the best player in the world in 2007, leading Milan to a Champions League triumph. He was a picture of grace and power, combining Brazilian flair with European efficiency. His highly anticipated move to Real Madrid in 2009, however, marked the beginning of his decline. A combination of persistent knee injuries, competition from other star signings like Cristiano Ronaldo, and a struggle to adapt to Jose Mourinho's tactical system meant he never truly found his Milan form in Spain. While he had moments, the sustained explosive power and consistent influence that defined his prime gradually diminished. He simply couldn't shake off the injuries and regain that lost yard of pace and explosiveness that was so integral to his game. For GOAT status, an extended period of top-tier performance at multiple elite clubs is often a prerequisite, and Kaká's Real Madrid spell cut short that trajectory. And now, the player who arguably came closest to breaking the Messi and Ronaldo duopoly, Neymar Jr. Neymar was hailed as the heir apparent to Messi and Ronaldo. His early days at Santos showcased a prodigious talent, and his time at Barcelona, particularly forming the legendary MSN trio with Messi and Suarez, solidified his status as one of the world's best. His dribbling, creativity, and goal-scoring ability were undeniable, and he produced some truly breathtaking moments. His €222 million move to PSG in 2017 was meant to be his coronation, his step out of Messi's shadow to claim the throne. But it didn't quite pan out that way. A relentless series of injuries, particularly foot and ankle issues, consistently kept him off the pitch during crucial moments of the season, especially in the Champions League. Beyond injuries, there were questions about his off-field lifestyle, his perceived lack of consistent dedication to training, and a focus on branding and personal ventures that sometimes seemed to overshadow his footballing ambitions. Why did Neymar reach GOAT status? He possessed the talent, without a doubt, but consistent availability and a relentless, almost obsessive drive to be the best every single day were often missing. Messi and Ronaldo's longevity at the top is a testament to their unparalleled dedication. Neymar's career, while filled with trophies and highlights, is often viewed as an unfulfilled promise, a talent that could have achieved even more if not for injuries and perhaps a different approach to his professional life. He was a superstar, but didn't quite achieve that ultimate, sustained GOAT-level dominance. So, what does this pattern mean for the next generation of Brazilian talent? Enters Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. Let's talk about Rodrigo. He's often overshadowed by his more flashy compatriot, and that's exactly why he's so underrated. Rodrigo isn't about the extravagant step-overs or the viral dribbles. His game is built on intelligence, superb off-ball movement, composed finishing, and an uncanny ability to pop up with crucial goals in big moments, especially in the Champions League. He's a quiet assassin, a player who prioritizes efficiency and effectiveness. His versatility, playing comfortably across the front line, also means he often sacrifices his preferred left-wing position for the team's balance. He doesn't seek the limelight, doesn't generate endless social media chatter, and his contributions are often subtle yet profoundly impactful. This lot of football, little media approach makes him less of a hype magnet, but a truly invaluable player for Real Madrid. Then there's Vinicius Jr., explosive, daring, and now incredibly decisive. Vinicius has gone from a raw talent often criticized for his finishing to a genuine superstar, a Champions League final match winner, and arguably the most dangerous winger in world football. His relentless drive, his improved composure, and his willingness to constantly challenge defenders make him a nightmare for opposition teams. Hope for GOAT status. Both Rodrigo and Vinicius are still young, developing, and crucially, playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, Real Madrid, where they're consistently competing for the highest honors. They have already achieved remarkable success, including multiple Champions League titles. Unlike many of the players we've discussed, they seem to possess not only immense talent, but also the mental fortitude, professionalism, and dedication required to maintain a prolonged elite career. They are learning from the best, playing with the best, and are showing the consistency and resilience that are hallmarks of GOAT contenders. The path is long, and football is unpredictable, but with their current trajectory, their winning mentality, and their continued development, Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. truly have the potential to break the mold and etch their names into the pantheon of footballing GOATs. They represent the hope that Brazil can produce not just dazzling talents, but enduring legends who stand the test of time at the very summit of the game. The story of Brazilian football is one of unparalleled beauty and endless talent. While many of its brightest stars have shone brilliantly, Only a select few have reached the pinnacle of GOAT status. Injuries, off-field distractions, a lack of sustained dedication, or even simply the evolution of the game itself have often stood in the way. But as we look to the future, with players like Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. leading the charge, there's a renewed sense of optimism. Perhaps, just perhaps, the next true Brazilian GOAT is already writing their legendary story. What do you think? Which Brazilian player do you believe came closest to GOAT status? And do Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. have what it takes? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more football analysis.